How's everybody doing? Okay. All right. So they dropped a trailer, right? Holy shit. Did you see Edge of the Creation? I haven't watched it yet. We're watching it together. We're watching it together. We're going to watch it all once in one sitting as soon as notifications stop. And then, yo. Oh shit. Oh. Oh my god.
What happened to this place?
It was Sephiroth.
It was Sephiroth?
Can't be.
He did it to that place?
Finish what he started and rule.
That was Roche! I saw him! Roche!
Way ahead of you.
Okay, okay. Bottom swelling. Who bottoms well?
Work.
Midgar Sormer. Those destined for Rebirth.
We can handle this.
Tifa, no!
We'll reclaim.
Whoa. Okay, holy shit. Alright. First off the bat, 1 minute of pure pleasure. Okay? Perfect. Alright, let's do this frame by frame. I mean, this is a teaser and it's really banger. Okay, so we're in Nibelheim. The beats, dun dun dun, fantastic. Okay. He's the sheriff around these parts. Interesting. His whole motif it's similar to Tifa's flashback motif. Okay. Who is this guy? Throwing stuff against the wall here. First of all, this guy's fate doesn't seem... First of all, this guy's a baller, right? Okay, this guy's a baller because he's got a shotgun, and that's Sephiroth, right? And the whole town is on fire, but this guy's like, not in my town. Yeah, we know from Traces of Two Paths that Tifa's outfit that she wears, the cowboy hat and all that stuff, is hand-me-downs. I wonder if they're hand-me-downs from his family somehow. This feels like he seems mayoral, or the sheriff, or deputy. He also seems like he's not gonna, this is his last scene. I wonder if that gun, though, what if this is Wind Strife? Okay. Dude, okay. I love this. What? Oh, that's so good. Okay. The beat. Bump, bump, bump. Ah, that's so good. Okay.
What happened?
All right. What is happening here? We are seeing the destruction in the Terrier timeline. So this is the Terrier timeline getting screwed up by that. I mean, this looks like Advent Children stuff. So the level of destruction is different in this continuity. So this is not the fucking live stream. All right?
What happened to this place?
It was Sephiroth.
Okay, first of all, whispers. But let's go back. Yeah, this is Tifa. Is this the ship? Shinra 8? Okay, we got Sephiroth purpling hard. You can't hide him from me. Our boy! You see him? You see him? Roche. He wants to rule over the planet. This doesn't look CG. So this isn't CG. Those are whispers. Whispering hard.
You are truly a model soldier.
You are truly a model soldier. Who is he talking to? First of all, there's whispers here too. Bro, there's so many whispers. There's lab equipment. He's looking down on somebody. Who's he talking to? Is this Zack? Is this Zack in the Nibelheim flashback? First of all, Cloud tearing through these grunts. with Whispers just flailing about for Rebirth. Okay, this is probably noteworthy. Okay, so that's the life stream. So we're in... This feels... Okay, so destined for Rebirth. Also, look at that background. So the dynamic background that matches... It's a dynamic background that matches the key art. Awesome. Okay. Okay. This feels like Gongaga. This feels like the Gongaga reactor. Okay. What the fuck is that? Okay, there's Yuffie. That's very Materia-esque. So this feels like a weapon. Do not fear. Where are we here? Yeah, it seems like the thing that was referred to as a weapon in the previous trailer. Okay, speaking of weapons, is that a new staff for Aerith? Do not fear. Okay, we're on the ship, right? This is the Shinra 8. This is not. This is in the same area as the weapon. This is Gongaga. Like the dilapidated Gongaga reactor. Do not fear the unknown. Just going hard. His eye color is probably... It's probably just the lighting. His eye color is noticeably less Mako-y here. Oh, that's an interesting shift change and eye dilation thing. This, though... Okay, so first we're seeing... Look how smooth the hair is. I do think this is in-engine, though. But we're seeing astonishment, a blink, and a purple color change, and then resolve, and anger, and eye dilation. Whoa! This is the edge of creation. This is also... not pre-rendered. This is pre-rendered. This is from the pre-rendered scene that we saw in the release date trailer. Eyes don't make sense. Just in general. Like, isn't it crazy that we can see? You know? Like, as a thing? Isn't seeing amazing? Yeah, and Cody's been popping up on Twitter. So we'll talk about that. So, there was also a blog post. Reveal some new areas of the game, showcase some of Yuffie and Kate Sith's amazing combat abilities, and much more. It's the start of the new year, and what better way to celebrate than with a look at regions of the world. Starboard Junin. Okay. Urban residential zone within the fortified metropolis overlooking the ocean. In addition to housing for Shinra personnel, high-end boutiques and restaurants line its streets. Okay, so this is the upper echelon stuff. This is where we get the weapons that might seem too expensive for us when we first get there, but completionists will have already purchased it. Shinra 8. Okay, Shinra cruise ship that ferries travelers between the planet's eastern and western continents. After departing the port of Junon, it heads for the resort town of Costa del Sol. As part of the onboard entertainment, the ship plays host to a Queen's Blood tournament. Okay, so I was like, okay, the ship being its own ecosystem is cool. You feel like, oh no, do we still get a bear wearing a marshmallow, and do we still get the awkward attempt at shoving Red 13 into a sailor's uniform? And I don't know, it feels like more of a stretch, but we can't technically count it up because we don't know how they sneak onto this cruise ship. But the idea is that once we're on this cruise ship, stuff's gonna happen. It's wild that this game even expands the cruise ship ride to have an ecosystem of its own. Look at that. Look at the gold saucer from there. The gold saucer not even remotely shying away from its Yggdrasil iconography. So for those that don't know, there's a bunch of Norse symbolism in Final Fantasy VII. You may be familiar with M.J. Gallagher, who has written Norse myths of Final Fantasy VII. But the gold saucer has these 8 regions that are all like regions of the world tree, Yggdrasil. And this looks like a lot of depictions that we've seen of the Norse Tree of Life. They really honed in on the white ashen feel. Elena. They seemingly... Did they fix Elena's face for... I think they're choosing selective angles here, but the face model still looks different in Ever Crisis and looks less like Tifa. This still looks like Tifa, which is fine. Also, the suit doesn't have a zipper. It's got buttons. That's different from Ever Crisis. She and her partner Rude are tasked with pursuing the black-robed figures, which she is more than happy to do if it means being assigned a mission with Sung. Yes. So, canonically, Elena is crushing on Sung. Alright, new characters. Captain Titov, voice actor Jonathan Lee Powell, the captain of Shinra 8. He's got Titanic captain vibes and an absolute missed opportunity for Willem Dafoe. The captain of Shinra 8, responsible for overseeing safe passage for all who travel between Junon and Costa del Sol. He's earned a sterling reputation among his crew thanks to his unerring devotion to his duties. This is most evident during the various festivities held aboard his vessel, which he personally and passionately MCs. Absolutely dying. He doesn't have. You think he has a real low chance of living, or is he just like such a Queen's Blood fanatic that the upset we cause at the Queen's Blood tournament causes him to just jump overboard? This is the most evident during various festivities held aboard his vessel, which he personally and passionately MCs. Combat. Next up, let's take a look at some new additions to what the party can do in battle. Yuffie. Okay, where are we in this screenshot? Also, where's Cloud? What? This is a cloudless party. Holy shit. This is a cloudless party. What? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, that's great news. That's great news. We're going to be able to do stuff with just these characters in full-blown parties. Have we seen cloudless parties in other trailers? Well, it's probably a scripted party. Maybe this is like a side quest. I guess during the Mithril mine fight, yeah. Okay, basic attacks. Yuffie quickly strikes enemies with a large throwing star, the speed upon which she allows you to charge ATB faster than most. While she's throwing her star out, Yuffie can unleash magic-infused ninjutsu to punish foes. I mean, this looks like her combat in Intermission. However, she's got a dummy attack, a doppelganger ability. Look at that. That's so cool. Okay, so this is just outside Junon. 7. Alright, so she's got 757 HP, but she's about halfway through. Alright, so this is probably in the same. Okay, Aerith and Cloud in this one. Okay, so these are at two different phases in the story, or at least in the character progress, because we've got about 1,000 HP difference. Abilities. Yuffie excels at chaining her attacks together and switching their elemental affinity. Her doppelganger ability allows her to attack in tandem with her clone, enabling her to exploit enemies' weakness even more effectively. Unique ability. Hurling her throwing star at enemies allows Yuffie to keep up the pressure from a distance. From a distance. A single word, okay? Okay. You see, Duncan Healy is from the UK, and they have very fancy words there, okay? So don't harp on his editorialism. While her throwing star is out, she can also pelt her foes with ninjutsu. Whatever element or target's weak against, Yuffie has the ninjutsu spell for it, which is very cool. I loved doing. Yeah, so this is the same stuff that we saw in the trailer that was floating around her when she was doing this prayer thing. It's like maybe a limit break, like a tranquil wind type thing. Kitty Wallop. Okay, Kate Sith. This is a fantastic picture. And it looks like we're in the Cosmo area. Yeah, given HP. All right. Kate Sith darts around the battlefield with the agility of an acrobat, or perhaps a cat, assailing enemies from every side. When he wants to switch things up, he brings out his Moogle Pow, changing his attacks. Oh, hell yes. So, independent of his Moogle Pow, Kate Sith's combat is going to be, I'm telling you, he's going to be so fun to play. It's going to redeem his character. We also seem to be in the Gongaga area here, right? That's my vibe. Also, look at just the quality of the environment. Let's Ride, however, allows him to hop on his Moogle, enhancing his regular attacks and his unique abilities. So when he's mounted, his regular attacks do more damage, but he's less agile. That's fantastic. While riding his unique abilities, while riding his Moogle, Kate Sith can give his enemies the boot with drop kick. Yes, okay, these are the Nebel Mountains, right? Once his Moogle attacks have filled the Moogle meter, he can also buff his companions with abilities like Defense. The combat in this game is so over the top. There's every single character has this complex set of meters and stuff. This is fantastic. Okay, synergy abilities. Synergy abilities are powerful attacks in which two characters team up. Turn the tide of battle. More abilities will unlock as you increase the party level. Full expression of how closely your team is and deepen the affinity between party members. Fill the synergy gauge by using abilities, then unleash a synchronized assault. Moogle Pinwheel. Synergy ability / Yuffie and Kate Sith. So this is between these two. Okay, alright. I don't love that I'm doing this, but just know this isn't for weird reasons. I'm just looking at the look at the Wutai pocket designs here. That's really okay. So moving on. Yuffie and Kate Sith attack in tandem with the secret ninja technique. Okay. And then that's it. That's all we get from here. And then we get the marketing information, which is all good. You know, as we all know, the save carryover gives you summon bonuses. You get the Levi summon for remake and the Ramu summon for intermission. Okay, so let's look at. I know that Audrey did a quick redub of the trailer, or a English sub of the Japanese trailer. Okay. Okay, got you there. Yes. What exactly is wrong? You are continuing what started that day, trying to take back the planet along with Genova. So this is explicitly describing the symbiosis between the twos. But it is interesting, the unspoken premise of this statement, although this is relying on Cloud's understanding as a narrator, is that Genova 2 has agency. So there's two independent wills working together. Interesting to note. Oh damn, you bastard. We gotta save them. Let's clean this up quick. Let's take back the planet, mother. So, okay, that's a solid indication. Let's go back here. So, alright. Don't be afraid. Cloud, go on ahead. No journey. Take back the planet, mother. Okay, not like loaded, but okay. Also, somebody wanted to point out that they're calling it the Midgar Sormer now. Oh, is there new key art? Where is the key art? Is that on the blog or on the press site? No. That's fantastic. I love that. I don't know where that is. Where is that? Where's the Yuffie and where's the key art? Oh, it's on the Press UK site. Okay. Well, you know, that's okay. All right. Okay. New trailer titled Destined for Rebirth. In addition to providing new details about the planet-spanning threat posed by Sephiroth, Destined for Rebirth showcases epic moments, including the fight against the Terror of the Deep boss, the Junon ceremony, and the Nibelheim incident, plus first glimpses at newly imagined creatures and characters like the Midgar Sormer. Amazing! Okay, so that's great news. It's the Midgar Sormer. Yeah. Okay, so additionally, new assets and their corresponding descriptions are available on the press site, giving fans newcomers a closer look at Junon, Shinra chip that fares the party, feline-shaped robot cat, Kate Sith, synergy ability Moogle Pinwheel are also explored. The most anticipated. All right, so let's look at the screenshots here. Okay, new artwork. Okay, look at that. Oh, let's go. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful back there. What? Oh man, I can't wait to see wherever that is. All right. Okay, let's look at the rest. We'll just look at all of them. Okay, we saw this. Still looks great. Elena, Yuffie. Okay, this is just these four. Okay. Oh, plus 3 more. Okay. Yeah, this is all good stuff. World. Okay. Yeah, we saw the world. Cool. Okay. Then let's. Okay, we'll address Cody. So Cody is usually pretty solid. About not reacting too clearly to anything or weighing in, but he came in with this. Aerith. Okay, so as you can imagine, there has been some responses to this. Sleep easy. It was good. It was so good. Yeah, you can imagine. Hey, Susie. Welcome, man. Did you watch the trailer yet, Susie? So this is, yeah, it's pretty rare that you get like the VAs really popping in on stuff like this. But this is very, very Cloud Tifa oriented. So it's rare that you see this. He's been a little unchained overall too. So he kind of got into it with some fans about shippers. Okay, there was one too. Please, I think Cloud definitely will also scream his lungs out in the moment where Aerith, you know. And then he just says, I know. So yeah, that's wild. And again, what I've continually said in terms of how I think the scene will play out, the scene has to play out. I don't think we're not going to see that scene. That scene is one of the most iconic scenes in the world. Whether that is the final say about Aerith's fate or not, I do still think will be left open for some debates. I think this is the second part of a trilogy. Not making real statements on what her ultimate fate is. I think it's, probably going to be fairly consistent, but I think there's going to be some twist to it. So what this says is that at some point, Cody Christian had to give a guttural scream in response to something that happens to Aerith. Okay? I think that's fair to say. Whether something else involving, fate arbitration comes in after, that's still up in the air. Nobody has an answer to that. Okay? Nobody has an answer to that. However, that was quite a statement regarding Cloud's emotions towards a character. And, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes here at all with that. But the compilation has been very clearly part of the remake project, for better or for worse. I think for the most part, all of the compilation nods and inclusions have been for the better. They've really served to both improve remake and the compilation retroactively. The compilation in a vacuum still isn't received fantastically by everybody, and that's fine. But the value that it adds to remake, in my mind, is unmistakable. And the compilation does really have this kind of a little bit more concrete, I think, depiction of relationships. That's all I'll say. I don't really have an attachment either way. If they go completely, if they change that, and that's what the writers want to do, as long as the developers are really pouring their heart into this, I think it'll translate well to me as somebody that's really attached to the artistry of this, like the creativity of the product. I'm not really going to be affected either way. Let's see, what else did he say? He said, let me tell you something, when he said, well, you're going to need it. So this is in regards to people being like, hey, are you trying to start a war in your comments? Because I've seen enough of the shipping wars already, and they're bad, real bad. And Cody just says, hey, everyone is allowed their opinions. And he says, just heed my warning, my friend. And he's like, Teen Wolf Days gave me tough skin, Bubba. And that's a really good point that I forgot to remember. That the CW shows are like ship drama galore, right? They're basically built around that. They commodify the angst surrounding what people, end up with. We can't, no show is as angsty as a CW show. And there's nothing that Final Fantasy VII can throw that's going to even be in the... I'll read your reply. I will, okay. And then Teen Wolf Days gave me tough skin, Bubba. And then he says, let me tell you something. With cryptic, ominous tones sounding like a villain remake, a majority of people wanted me fired and replaced without ever hearing me speak. To do what we did and have it find success means so much to the core demo. I have no fear for Rebirth. So this is him saying, hey, I think the core demo is going to love this. What a great statement. So yeah, and then people are still coming at him. That's fine. Whatever. People are going to do that. And he says, well, that is true. Then somebody that I'm blocked said something and said, pretty sure it was just a reference to a new trailer released, and then nothing more. And then he said, thank you. And they said, well, that's true, but I think a lot of them still want you fired. I'm not one of them. I loved your performance. I've seen many a public figure break under the wrath of people pissed off, even for petty reasons. If you can't take it, though, if you can take it, though, more power to you. He said, I appreciate you for real. Here's the issue. Shippers crumble under the idea that a character is allowed to have significant relationships with multiple characters. This provides overarching depth. The need to overtly sexualize every relationship can ruin great story development. This is such a fantastic statement because it is true. You know, like, no matter who makes it to the finish line, Cloud can have an attachment to that character regardless of whether those feelings are romantic. I would be devastated if, like, something happened to Blitz, you know, or Susie, or the Night Sky Prince, or Sleep Easy, and I don't have romantic relationships with them. It would crush me. I'm allowed to love people and not sleep with them. How is that not a really, really clear thing, you know? Yeah, I would, any of them, I would hunt and kill down their murderer, you know? He said, as a joke, in Minecraft, obviously. Okay. Wait, you don't sleep. Yeah, in FF7, I mean. Yeah, I would hunt them down in the First Soldier. Okay, we're gonna look through this one more time and just look for one last thing, and then we're done. And then I want you guys to go enjoy MLK Day. I'm gonna edit this down. God, it just goes so hard. Boom, boom. Okay, these are the ones I want to kind of break down here. So this is more of that news footage in the Terrierverse, right? And yeah, I'm gonna break down every frame by frame. And you know, that is not for everybody. And that's fine. If you do not want to engage in this kind of stuff, I totally understand. I don't take it personally at all. You know, do what you feel comfortable with in terms of engaging the media right now. You know, the marketing department's job is to sell the game. And we are terminally and aggressively looking at stuff. Not everybody is. In fact, most people aren't. Not most fans aren't. Most of the core demo isn't. We're in the elite echelons of media consumption regarding this. You know, and you don't have to be, you can still be in the elite echelons and decide to, you know, walk away from this and come back later. I've done that with stuff, you know, so more power to you if that's how you want to consume the game, is wait till it's out. Totally understand. But, you know, I have an eye for this kind of stuff. It's, you know, it doesn't bother me. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to provide that as you know, an outlet for people that do want to look at that and want help doing it and want my perspective doing it. So this little blur out is interesting. It's an interesting transition. And I'm sure, you know, this has red herring stuff. So if you're like in the red herring gang and you're like, well, this is some kind of illusion, you know, you can look at this and say, hey, maybe that's what this is. And that's valid, you know. But yeah, so this is a tornado completely tearing stuff up. So the interesting thing is, I see debris. I don't see whispers. Okay? I really don't. So what I see here, though, is a lot of stuff consistent with what we saw in the singularity, right? In the place where everything converges. And so that's having an impact on here, this continuity. And it seems like there's real consequences to what's happening there here. So in this world where nobody knows that they're in, that, you know, nobody, so if this is the live stream, nobody here thinks they're in the live stream. Nobody here thinks that they're dead, right? And that is not consistent with depictions of the live stream that we've seen. We have seen like a few ghosts not know that they've passed on, come to Aerith and say, hey, you know, we've seen that in some of the extended media, but we've never seen like a full realized functional world that assumes itself to be an alive functional world with its own set of consequences. People are afraid of what's happening. If everybody's already dead and they know it, they're what are they afraid of? Why are they acting as if they need to respond in a real functional world? So I think this is stuff that really eliminates the, they're in the afterlife thing, personally. Okay, we've got that white feather, and this is seemingly just an extended view, or maybe the same. It's cut in a way that I would need to compare it to the specific. Yeah, there's nothing new. The white feather means nothing. Okay, and then we have Tifa. So this is in Calm.
Sephiroth.
It can't be.
It's got to be
He wants to
Shinra
finish
8.
what he started and
Roche?
rule over the planet.
You coming?
Way ahead of ya. We have to help them.
Okay, where is that, by the way? Let's talk about
Let's get to work.
We have to help them.
Let's talk about this. Okay, where are we here? We got fire spikes. We got water. This has got to be. So, is this the Zolam fight?
Let's get to work.
Okay, it is. So they've turned so the Zolam has set fire to the trees. Okay. So this feels less optional,
You are truly a model soldier.
The whispers in this scene
You are truly a model.
are really interesting because so looking at the environs, it looks like this is in. Okay, this looks like this is Gongaga. So Gongaga seems to be a massive deviation point, right? Yeah, we're getting beta, So maybe not deviation point, but like I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's going to be a real point where the metas converge, First or second trip. That's wild.
We can handle this.
I will reclaim our world.
You know what I'm impressed with? They haven't shown a single new weapon for Cloud. Or really, like anybody. This is a fire trailer. Okay. You're caught up and have returned. All the new weapons went to Ever Crisis. I'm sure there's tons of weapons, but I like that they're keeping that close to their chest. Like I think a lot of the stuff they're keeping close is gameplay stuff. Giga Chad, what kind of new weapons are we going to see from Cloud, do you think? Honest take, I actually think we haven't seen that much of this game. I don't either. At all. I think from a deeply analytical perspective, more was revealed to the super fans in this trailer than the last one. No joke. Tifa falling into the live stream is insane. That weapon not being a thing that we see in like a Cosmo Canyon type situation, or like a simulation, which is what it kind of felt like, but being a thing that we're actually going to fight, that is like we're kind of done with that conversation now. I imagine there's so much we haven't seen, considering it's 100 hours. Yeah, we haven't seen any of our return to Nibelheim. We've just seen the mountains. We've seen one frame of the water altar, and we knew we were going to be there. Yeah, so we have more questions than before. So I am not at a point where I really feel like I've learned too much at all. Yeah, Zack stuff super close to the chest. No Temple of the Ancients other than the menu screen. Like we've seen one frame of Rocket Town maybe. And I'm not sure about that. I think we're not sure. Okay, I've got to turn this into a video. So